Welcome, everyone, to the Jaded Atheist After Party. Nate, turn the goddamn computer off. Welcome, everyone, to the Jaded Atheist After Party. Yeah. Deal with that, pal. Anyways, so far in here, we have, of course, the guest of honor, Jaded Atheist, is with us. We have Overprotected Atheist, who was my guest for the last show, and she has decided to come and grace us with her presence again. We have my very good friend, Simply Second, and almost neighbor now, because he lives so fucking close now. I could spit on him from here. Let's put it that way. Mr. Simply Secular Dave. The producer of the year award goes to Mr. Mikey Famine. No, not that one.
Oh, okay.
Whatever that means.
Hey, that's me.
Yeah. And we have the Marfan survivor, Mr. Irish Sweet, is also with us. We have now you're a captain. Somebody got promoted. We have Captain Canadian Ollyman is also with us. We've got my co-host of the nonprofit show, Malty, all the way from Seattle, although that's not that far from me. We also have Nate, who's from Vernon in our province here in British Columbia, who's also joined us tonight. Welcome aboard, everybody, and hello, everyone in the chat, where you're about to hear some hilarious topics and discussions and jokes and stuff like that. And I sent a link. I sent a link to Bionic Dance, so she might jump in here as well. She loves jumping in here, so I'm sure if she's not busy, she will.
I'm sorry, Neil. We have to cut jokes out of the budget. Complications due to COVID, shipping, the cost went through the roof. You know, those Bitcoin miners, they have a lot of jokes running their machines. So
you mean Randolph?
Man, big hit this week when what's his name said he wasn't going to use them anymore.
That was Doge.
Dogecoin.
Yeah, Dogecoin.
Oh, okay.
The Shiba coin. You're at 74.
74 subscribers. Can we get her to 100?
That's what I was trying to do. That's what I was trying. But everybody was fighting me. So maybe if Neil says it.
All right. You know what? I've got like 4 YouTube accounts. I'm going to help you out a bit here.
Oh,
yeah. Everyone plug in your sock accounts. Let's get this done, shall we?
I already exactly. Let's see.
So I'm going to try and make all, if not all of you guys jealous. I had my first feed of lobster for the year today. It was so damn good.
Your first what?
Did you say fetal lobster? As in
That's
like infant lobster?
Feed,
like
the word feed, F-E-E-D, and then the word of, and then lobster. Feed of lobster.
Meal. I think he means meal.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm an East Coaster. You guys, everybody East Coast would have gotten carried away.
You know, Ollie, man, sometimes we use words like ate. Like I ate lobster. Yeah. It's shorter, you know, less letters if you have to type it out.
It's like when the
cultural differences, dude.
Yeah. It means boil. Like if you're gonna have a boil down in the in Florida, Texas, you're doing a boil. Same difference.
Don't they lance those at the doctor?
Ask Shartan.
Ask Dr. Lance.
Dr. Lance Bass. Not only
lobsters used to be so plentiful that they were served in prisons.
Yeah,
they were the low rent food of the sea.
What a time to be a petty thug. Those were the days.
Sir, we keep telling you have to stop spitting on the sidewalk or we're going to put you in jail overnight.
That's right.
I know. He's tucking a napkin in his shirt.
Ding, ding.
When will I learn?
As long as you get me there by 7:15.
Take me away, Chief Clancy.
Sir, quit smuggling butter into the jail. I don't know what this is about.
Yeah, and I don't know how you're getting it in there, but I don't want to know.
Butter and a tea candle.
Wow. No idea what we're talking about.
You gotta have butter for the lobster roll.
Oh, yeah, and you have a little tea candle that sits underneath the thing of butter so that it keeps the butter melted and warm.
And you're also, so what else? So I guess if we're going there, then you have to have some sort of reservoir for said butter. Got to sneak that into. a
Oh, I
lighter.
can make you one of those. You want a handmade? I'm pretty good on ceramics,
Maybe matches. Matches would probably be easier than a lighter, I would guess.
Or you could use the toilet paper and do some sort of paper mache thing,
Yeah.
Okay.
right? Now
Paper
that's,
mache with toilet paper? Is that even? Can you do that?
I mean, given enough time and enough practice, I'm sure it is.
You ain't gonna hold no butter with it though. The butter's gonna go right into that TP. Now you gotta take chunks of your toilet paper that tastes like butter, put that into your lobster roll, and at that point you might as well skip the butter.
Yes.
Oh man!
Yes.
They did add sawdust. They did add sawdust to bread to make it, like World War II, World War I kind of thing. So kind of similar. It's making your roll go a little longer.
Wasn't it McDonald's apple pies that originally contained pine fiber?
Oh, could be. There you go. Cellulose fiber.
I'd believe it.
Yeah.
I'd totally believe it.
Well, I know their cookies have a shelf life of like 7 years. The stale date on them, if you buy McDonald's cookies, is ridiculous.
Yes.
Them and Twinkies. That's what you need in the apocalypse. Little Ronald McDonald face cookies and a Twinkie.
Why is there magnesium bromide and why is it the second ingredient? Yeah.
Now let's be honest. Everyone be honest. How many years has it been since you ate a Twinkie?
Oh,
Long time.
0.18, perhaps.
So you've had one this year.
Oh yeah, of course I have.
It's been years.
I was about to say, I think you're the only one.
I'm a white guy. Of course I've had a Twinkie. Come on.
Other white people here.
1/18th of a year. I'm going to call that a no.
I have
Yeah,
Twinkies
0.18.
in the kitchen.
Oh, well, there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. I have
It's been at least
Twinkies.
20 years.
I have Passion Flakies, and I have King Dons.
okay, yeah.
Which used to be called
Ding dong.
ding dongs. Yeah.
Yeah, Ding Dongs.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if they're just called something else here, but it's the same thing. It's like the little chocolate cupcake with the little icing on the top.
Hmm.
Oh no! I just saw this.
What, a King Don?
No. Oh, the lobster roll. Slow your. Oh, come on. Come on, Clockwork. You're better than that.
Mikey, you must be butter.
Cassie, I've never seen a Twinkie.
What? What?
What?
I think she's using the term Twinkie differently.
She trolling.
They
How
see
come
me
Jenna's not in here
trolling.
with us?
They hate
I don't know.
patrolling. I'm on it.
Are you going to sing her?
So
I got it.
I love your shirt, Malty. That's fucking great.
Oh yeah, it's from the Stand Out campaign from the Dawkins Institute.
Right.
So yeah, you can get one.
You're gonna trigger white people everywhere.
yeah,
Yeah.
From Newfoundland.
Only the stupid ones, Mikey.
You don't have Twinkies
So-
in Newfoundland?
So most of us, yeah. You got me. You got me there.
They haven't had Twinkies for sale.
Didn't say that. Didn't say that.
I did.
All right.
Really?
Canadian
Wow.
Aunt Jur is mad at you, Ollie man, because your mic is garbage. Can you check your settings for me? It's like super far away.
Oh, it might be just because I was sitting back. But I don't know.
I think it's using your camera as opposed to your microphone.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's possible.
I just
I
learned
had
how
to
to
bust
drink,
out my-
apparently.
Which one's that?
Which one's what?
What drink? You just
Oh, just the beer. I just tried to take a sip, and it all kind of went out the side of my mouth.
Oh,
Sure.
I misheard you. I thought you said you just learned of a new drink, or you're just learning how to drink. That's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. Is apparently I'm just learning how to drink. Maybe I should pour my beer into a sippy cup.
I had a bright pink sippy cup for a very specific
Nice.
friend because in my brand new place, he immediately spilled a beer on my brand new carpet. I've got a new apartment. They helped me move in. I bought drinks for everybody. He immediately spilled on the carpet. I'm like, I'm going to buy you a sippy cup. And then the next time he came over, there it was. I'm like, Kyle's cup. And then that was
Got you covered, Neil.
And sure, is that any better? Can you hear me now?
Oh my goodness! Someone around here is barbecuing salmon right now. I can smell it. My windows are open, and it's just.
Oh my goodness!
Oh.
You know,
You're gonna
Neil,
ruin your teeth with that one, Dave.
you know, I'm sorry, Neil. That's not your neighbor. I just burped right into the camera. I apologize. My dinner was very good. It was very good.
Oh yeah, I was over at Frankie G's the other night, and the buttered chicken was actually quite good. Not very hot, but still very good.
Do you guys get spring run salmon up there? Coming in. Coming in. Dogs and it's a 2-year run usually that come in the spring. 2-year salmon.
Yes. Yeah.
I haven't had any of this any of the spring run this year.
Not yet for me either. Oh no, I lied because a friend of mine's up the coast make Indian candy or candied salmon, basically like big chunks of it, and theirs is my favorite. And I've had some of theirs, which was this year's spring run. So
yeah,
it's delicious.
That's what that stuff is good for, smoking and preparing different ways. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love that shit, man. If my mother ever hears wind that I picked up some more of the Hardy Brothers candied salmon, she's like, "You better be bringing some of that to my house." Like, what's that, Mom? I'm sorry, there's none left. No, I wouldn't do that. I'll bring her a whole bunch, and she's, I'm her favorite child. Let's put it that way.
Can I divide the group into 2 parts?
Why?
All right, Neil, you can be the first one to decide.
Not evenly.
That 70s show or Friends?
Oh.
Well, if Mikey's staying out because he's the moderator, then yeah.
Oh no, I'm definitely saying that 70s show was way better. In every single
Oh.
I wasn't
Have you ever
Friends.
watched Friends without the laugh track?
It's horrible.
Yep, it is absolutely. Ross is a psychopath.
Yeah. I was never a fan of Friends. I was in the Seinfeld camp.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Seinfeld.
All right, so we'll have 3 groups. So you can do that 70s show, Friends, or Seinfeld.
Or Letterkenny.
No, that's too many now. They can be in the semis.
Frasier.
No, that'll be in the semifinals. We're at the qualifying rounds.
All right, I'm gonna go with.
So it's Doctor Who. It's what was the list again?
Star Trek. No idea. It was, what was it? Friends and that 70s show, right? We brought those ones, and somebody threw in Seinfeld. Seinfeld is kind of in a class of its own, if you ask me. But
yeah, it's different than that 70s show.
Yeah, that 70s show was definitely better than Friends, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I would agree.
Jaded.
However, my favorite comedy of all time.
She likes Friends. Look at her face. She likes Friends.
She doesn't want to say it.
But I'm rewatching that 70s show, and I didn't like that 70s show before because of my views.
Right.
And now I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
So my opinion on that might be changing.
Okay.
Because oh my gosh, this time around it's hysterical. I love it.
What about like Third Rock from the Sun? That was a good one.
Yeah, I like that.
I've never seen that.
Yeah.
I don't think
Always Sunny in Philadelphia has them all beat. Hands down.
Yes.
Hands down.
Agreed.
one's good.
Thank you. Thank you, Jaded Atheist. Thank
Arrested Development. I mean, that
that's a
ran
good
for a
one
good long.
too.
That's a good one too.
That's a good one too.
This
Arrested
is a little
Development's good.
this is a little niche, but Community I think is the funniest writing of any show I've ever seen.
Community
It
was
is-
good.
It
Parks
is,
and Rec had really good
Top
writing
5.
too.
Community's in my top 5, Mikey. I gotta agree.
yeah, that show is staggering.
I
It
like
will have
Parks
you
and Rec
screaming.
because it just is a parody of libertarians.
Fuck is this? You're not. No. Get out with The Office. No.
I like The Office.
Which The Office, Jenna? The British one or the American one?
It's
The British one
probably
or
the
the bad
American
one?
Yeah. The British one is great. Ricky Gervais is priceless in that series.
Yeah, he was. He's funny.
Oh
what
my
about-
god.
I like
about,
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
What about Big Bang Theory?
Tongues.
No, because that was a parody of Nerds, and it was bad.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I love that
Yeah.
show.
Fine in the
Bad.
beginning.
as a self-proclaimed nerd, I really felt misrepresented. I felt exploited. I felt like it was nerd face. The character Shelton is just nerd face all over it. Like, he is not us. He is pretending to be us, and that is wrong.
I mean, you can't say you don't know at least one person that embodies Sheldon, though, because I do. I do.
I thought we weren't going to talk about Sweden.
There's always one pedantic asshole that has to be the smartest guy in the room, and if not, he will argue with you for 2 hours as to why he is.
But they're never smart, though, and Sheldon is.
Yeah, the one that I know is.
I love Kim's Convenience. That's hilarious.
Yeah, and he plays an X-Wing fighter pilot in The Mandalorian for 2 of the episodes.
Who does?
The guy who plays Kim on Kim's Convenience.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Sheldon. I was like, no, the fuck you wasn't. I would have noticed that.
Jim Parsons would be the worst stormtrooper ever.
Although
I already did. I mentioned it.
You would be an excellent C-3PO. That would be perfect casting.
No, that would ruin C-3PO forever.
When Anthony Daniels passes, I hope Jim Parsons
dare you,
get
Nate?
cast.
I will kick your ass out of here so fast that you ever say that again.
You better.
He will live forever. He is a treasure. The nerds will form a protective circle around him, and we will just...
we'll keep him alive.
Yes.
Yes. Here's your new winner. Mork and Mindy.
Oh yeah, that's a bit before my time, but I remember reruns.
Yeah, hell yeah, it was funny.
Early Simpsons.
Early Simpsons is good, but that's because Conan was there.
That's because they punched up and not down.
Funny that.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh yeah. I can't remember what it was I was watching, but they were talking about if they were going to bring back characters for the Star Wars universe, they would have to recast people like Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia and stuff with new people, because they could do the CGI, but they didn't really want to, like how they brought Luke back in The Mandalorian. And the front runner.
They brought what?
Oh, spoiler alert. So anyway, the person that is in the front running, apparently, to play Luke is Winter Soldier.
Sebastian Stan.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. I saw that too.
Sebastian Stan, that's right. Oh, there.
Okay.
Hey, Jen. How you doing, darling?
It's
you don't have your headphones on. No, we can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Still can't hear you.
Probably user error.
They're talking to someone else.
Nope.
Testing.
I'm going to go with that finger error.
Huh?
Or inhaling too much welding gas.
Welding gas. Do you know that the oxygen that is for welding comes out of the same tank as the oxygen for medical? It's just the medical gets tested along the way and has a certificate of ownership throughout.
Oh, chain of custody.
Chain of custody. Thank you.
Chain of fools. Sorry.
Yeah, I guess if you distill it down to pure oxygen, it's pretty much pure oxygen.
Yeah, amazing that.
Hey, I have a serious question for Jaded Atheist when we can squeeze it in there.
Go ahead.
So we had Nate Phelps on RFRX sessions a few weeks ago. I don't know if you know who he is, but he's the son of Fred Phelps, which I'm sure everybody here knows who that guy is. The Westboro Baptist Church guy.
Yep.
And he was raised in a really religious background, had a really rough childhood. And I had a pretty rough childhood too in a religious background, and it sounds like you did too from your story tonight. So I asked him, and I'd like to ask you, what do you think makes some people different, that they can go through that experience and completely shuck that entire religious upbringing and that indoctrination? Like, what do you think makes some people able to come out wounded but not broken when so many do?
Oh, that's a good question. I just being able to talk to other people. I think the amount of exposure you have outside of it is what is helpful, because there was a long period of time where even though I considered myself a Christian and I genuinely believed that God was real, I was extremely angry with him and wanted nothing to do with him. And I think that I think I would have stayed that way forever if I hadn't started looking out. But how, and that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out is how do you start that seed of maybe this isn't right, and get people to kind of question what they believe. And I don't know why it was so easy
Yeah,
for,
I don't know about easy, but yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So I know what you mean.
Yeah, for me to look at all of this all together and be like, wait, none of this makes sense, but then present it to my mom and grandma in the exact same way that it was presented to me, and they see it completely different. I don't know. I think also, how I grew up, just the day and age that we live in now, it's so more common for people not to believe in God, or at least not so fundamentally follow their beliefs. And so, kids in school are more okay with homosexual relationships because that's just normal. That's what they're growing up with. They're being taught these things in school. So I think that our culture today is kind of just improving that on its own. And then I think that the danger that religion is doing and the amount of access that we now have to technology, and we can see the danger that religion is doing, that definitely helps. And those people who are kind of in that, I don't really know what to think, can see, oh, wow, this is doing real harm to people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there is that whole, there's no measurement of how much harm you can do to somebody before you start affecting their psyche or their long-term future, right? It's different with every single person. It's a spectrum of how it affected them, what happened to them, when it happened, how early, who did it, how close were they to them. There's so many variables involved in that. And there's so many people who are lucky to be strong survivors to come out of that. And we have to help everybody else get there.
For sure. We actually had Janice Selby on Secular Sexuality last week, and we were talking about this. Yeah. And you're bang on with what she said, is that having like an outlet, like a friendly family member or a trip to the library or some sort of space where you can be safe and you can explore those ideas without being judged.
Even a place like this right now where you got to.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It's so important.
Yeah, it's been super helpful to have this outlet to, I've even messaged some people with things that I still wasn't quite certain about. I had some people in my life, specifically like COVID stuff, sending me articles that were anti-vax and this is a hoax and stuff like that. And so I did ask a couple people to look at some of these articles for me and help me kind of break it down. And it's just amazing, the community that I have found here so far.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Yes,
I didn't mean that as you said thank you. I meant you are welcome to the community. That's what I meant.
No, you heard him.
He meant what he said.
We're a part of it, yes.
Must have been an accident, just slipped out.
Fuck that Neil guy's a dick.
Dave made a good point, though, that it's like it all depends on who did it, when it happened, how bad it was. Like every little thing moves that slider up and down on whether you come out broken or whether you just come out wounded. So that's a good point, Dave.
Well, Dave, what the hell is in that mojito? You're making cogent points.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to make another one after this one.
Yeah, you better.
I got to get a bigger glass, though.
Make me one. Make me one while you're over there.
I think it
Next time I
also.
see you, Dave, you're gonna have this one.
I have one similar to that around here somewhere. I haven't unpacked it yet.
So you mentioned like
she speaks.
You mentioned people sending you anti-vax shit, and like if anyone out there watching this like doubts how damaging Trump was for this country, like he admitted to downplaying the coronavirus, which is the whole reason these like people who say that it's a hoax exist. He's directly responsible for like a chunk of a population purposefully being like not safe.
There's an article that you can read that I found that talks about the 12 influential people that started the whole COVID-19 bullshit. They narrowed it down to 12 people that instigated all of the stuff you see now. And he was one of them.
Yeah. He was the first one.
Yeah, my family fell into all of what he said and a little bit of the QAnon stuff too. So they believe that the vaccine is the mark of the beast and that I am now officially condemned to hell, that I am fully vaccinated.
Yeah,
because you weren't before. It's the vaccine that threw Jesus over the edge, and he's like, no, we can't have her in here. She's got the vaccine. No.
You know,
doesn't
the
matter
funny
if she's
thing,
lived a good life. That doesn't matter.
Funny thing is God could have stopped it.
Yeah.
But he didn't. Right?
Nope.
Oh, but we have to have choice, though.
Yeah.
No.
You think I choose to get sick? What?
No, you don't need to have a choice. It's part of his plan, guys.
No,
duh.
It's inevitable.
I've had this conversation. I've had this conversation with Christians, right? And like, their answer to me always is like, God is not responsible for evil. So the kids who get cancer,
he is.
He's not. No, like this is what the Christians say. They like,
but it's in the Bible.
It's the work of the devil. They say it's the work of the devil. Disease is the work of the devil.
Oh, fuck's sakes!
And it's because Adam and Eve sinned. Because of that has led to all of this. So it's really Satan's fault.
And then in the next breath, they'll say that the old covenant doesn't matter because Jesus came back. And it's like, well, without one, you don't need the other. and also Jesus specifically said that
you follow the law.
You have to follow the law, Exactly. It's wrong on so many levels.
Yeah. I had a conversation with somebody who did that wasn't God, that was Satan. No, that wasn't God, that was Satan. Over and over and over for like half an hour.
Yeah.
At the end of the half hour, I said, so what you're telling me is Satan is more powerful than God, right? No, that's not what I said.
Oh, fuck, who let this guy in here?
Now, if Satan's riding in an iron chariot, an argument must be for
rated R.
More powerful than God.
Hey, look at that.
He's adopted his. We got a super chat.
Yeah.
Paradigm shift, broken, wounded, a broken bone. The fracture grows back stronger than the old bone. A seam weld is stronger than the sheet metal it joins. By Road.
That's correct.
I will say that if you're sternum, if your sternum is cut in half, it doesn't come back stronger.
No. Neither does your collarbone.
Depends what it is.
I've broken my ankle multiple times, and it gets weaker every time.
I like that analogy though.
I broke my arm flying a kite when I was a kid.
What?
How the fuck do you break a bone flying a kite?
There had to be a tree or a wall in this story somewhere.
It was an open field down at Jericho Beach, and I was trying so hard that day to get the kite to fly, and I must have given it about 20 tries, and it just wasn't flying, but I was determined I was not giving up. And then at one point, there's a bit of a dip in the ground and some water in there, because I guess it rained the day before, and I slipped and fell on my arm. And then I'm looking at my arm with this bend in it, thinking, this can't be real. This must be a dream. And then I felt the pain and realized not a dream as I look up and I see the kite flying across the water toward downtown Vancouver. So at least I got the kite to fly.
Here, I thought you were going to be describing a scene from Mary Poppins, but no.
That would be an umbrella.
No, it would not have been helpful. I needed to get to the hospital.
Randolph, you could have made yourself seem so much cooler by saying you were fighting gale force hurricane winds, trying to keep your
Well,
kite.
then that'd be an exaggeration, but yeah, that would be more interesting.
Well, you know, the gale came down in Wichita, and it done took me away to this strange place, and there were all these short people there what told me to follow this road, and I just didn't want to do it. It was too dangerous. That would have been a way cooler story.
Well, why don't you make one up and tell it now?
I think I just did.
I'm just really
only this time the tornado needs to hit the tornado needs to hit Oz, and the yellow brick road gets torn up. And did anyone see the second part? Because that was fucked.
No, is that?
Oh my god, that was a horrible movie.
Part, are you?
Second part. What are you talking about?
To the Wizard of Oz.
Second
There's
movie?
a follow-up. There's a sequel.
There's like guys with wheels on their hands, and
Yes.
the lady takes off.
Then
the
there's
lady
the
can take off her head and put on different heads.
There's like the Goblin King or something like that is ruling everything. And
Hey, chicken!
That
That movie is scary as hell, man.
yes.
was
They
called
played it on
Return
Disney
to
Channel
Oz,
when I
right?
was a kid.
Oh yeah.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, Return
Oh
to
man,
Oz.
Return to Oz with like those guys with wheels for hands and the jack-o'-lantern dude, and like that movie is unsettling.
And she's like in an insane asylum.
Yeah, and the chick who changes heads, the evil queen, like whoa.
It's creepy.
Don't start.
Oh,
I
actually,
need a
the
safe
jack-o'-lantern head guy kind of rings a bell.
Yeah. Yeah, and Dorothy's got the talking chicken, and apparently this gnome king can't stand chickens, and the way they finally foil him in the end is the chicken flies over his head and poops out an egg, and not poops out, but he shoots out an egg and he swallows it, and that's the end of the movie. It's like, oh, okay, well, thank God for eggs. Poultry to save the day.
I'm sorry, thank who for eggs?
Poultry.
The talking
chicken.
The talking chicken sounds a lot more friendly than a talking snake.
In the original Oz movie, it's just rumor now. I don't know if it's true or not for sure, but somebody hung themselves in the background of one of
No, it's a prop. It's a
is it
prop in the
I
forest.
heard about that at one point in time. That's all I'm saying.
It's a prop.
Totally
It's a prop from another movie they were filming at the same time, and you can see it in one of the scenes in the forest when they're walking down the yellow brick road.
Yeah.
All it is a prop.
It's a prop, though. Okay.
I've heard that too, yeah.
I've seen a picture of that alleged spot, and there's nothing there. So, I don't know what the hell.
In later editions, they edited it out.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it.
But in the original, if you go back to the original, it's there. But no, it's not an actual body.
Like they edited out the Starbucks cup in Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
Who
right.
knew Logan Paul was paying homage to the Wizard of Oz?
Oh, jeez. No.
You know, you were a while back. We were talking a little bit about the Phelps, Nate Phelps, right?
Yeah.
He's at court right now, isn't he? I mean, by court, I mean the conference on religious trauma.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yes, he is.
This weekend.
That is going on right now. It's it started Wednesday, and I think it wraps up Sunday.
Yeah, 11th through 16th. You're right.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, we had Janice on, who is one of the founders of it.
She is the founder.
Yeah, she is the founder. That's right.
That's right.
Janice Selby, right?
Yeah. We had her on, and they announced to me that she was going to be the guest like 2 weeks previous. And I'm like, okay. And Christy Powell, he sends me his show notes, and I'm like, okay, well, let's try to learn a little bit about this person. So I'm like Googling her practice and whatnot. And I looked at the area code, and I'm like, wait a second. She lives in Kelowna. She lives like a half an hour from me. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
There's a lot of atheists in BC. If we ever get around to back to some semblance of normal, when we have the BC conference here, it'll be, and not only is there a lot of people, but they're great people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep,
Janice is so sweet. She's my big sister now.
Canadian Atheists will be hosting that stuff. No problem.
Yeah, we're looking forward to doing it. We have all those plans on hold because we were ready to get started on it the year the coronavirus took over. So once that's done, we've got insurance figured out and some locations narrowed down to and things like that. So, and what the costs of running it all would be. So we've got a lot figured out. So it's just on the back burner right now. But what we're going to do first is start doing local get-togethers and gatherings of people. And some of those we're going to do live on YouTube.
Yep. And Malty, you're not far away. You should fly up for some of these, man.
Oh, you bet. I mean, I came up for the Imagine No Religion conference 2015, and I would definitely come up for other ones.
Yeah, and if somebody is planning to make a trip to come up here, because we know that takes a lot of effort, we'll just arrange a special event and bring lots of people out.
Tons of mice is just.
Oh, look at that! The kite. Where did you end up, kite? I hope you managed to get on a nice building.
Where are you, Malty?
I'm in Seattle.
Oh, okay. This is the first time I've actually seen your face. I see you on Discord all the time, but yeah, wow.
Malty lives on Discord.
He's real.
Don't you watch the nonprofits?
I do from time to time, but I haven't recently because the new host lineup just doesn't grab me the way the old one did. I'm sorry, it's true.
Where's Russell Glasser? Where's Mike D?
Oh, somebody's getting knocked into the backstage.
Hey, I'm just saying, I like the new lineup, but usually what I do on Sundays is I save the Atheist Experience and Talk Heathen for when I'm at work, because Sundays I kind of like it's me and my partner's day together, so I don't want to spend all day watching Atheist broadcasts. So I usually just save it. So I haven't. I'm usually playing catch up. The only ones I usually catch live are Secular Sexuality and Truth Wanted.
Oh, Danny Show. Yeah. That's a good guy.
Yeah,
I've been on there twice. Done his
That's
show
awesome.
Yeah, we keep on adding people to the lineup. I mean, what is that? The stable? Is that what you call it?
Stable.
Yeah, when you're curating a number of hosts.
I think they called it. They wanted a deeper bench. That's what Greg told me. It's a little less offensive. Yeah.
There we go.
I'm perfectly fine with stable.
I'm good with stable too, but
Yeah, but we want to that exactly. So yeah, it's good. Lots.
I
of
like
great
Puck
people.
though. Puck is really good. I like his approach. I like Laura. Laura's really good.
Oh, Jenna's definitely my favorite.
Jenna's great. Yeah, I've liked her spots too. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that I don't like it. Like, I listen to it throughout the week. I catch every episode, but it's probably. I mean, if I had to rank the ACA shows, it wouldn't be first.
Well,
okay,
that's okay.
But they're all great.
You don't have to rank them.
That's right. I don't.
Yeah.
And I would not rank the Atheist Experience first.
No,
I much preferred. I wouldn't. I much preferred Eric's approach because I thought his approach was a lot more constructive. Rather than arguing and beating theists into a bloody pulp like Matt does, and it's entertaining to watch. Don't get me wrong, but I always thought that Eric's approach was a little more constructive.
I think it depends on the caller too.
Yeah.
Nate, you give me a great idea. I'm gonna make an ACA tier list video. I'm gonna sell my soul and make a tier list video.
Okay. Oh, you're gonna get the boots, eh? You gotta get the
my
boot.
big comeback to YouTube, baby. I see my name in lights and my face in Stars magazine.
Wow,
that's a magazine?
No.
Can you do step right up next? Can you throw that in there?
Step right up. I'll guess your weight for $1.
Oh
boy, does that take me back to 1984.
All right, George.
Wow. I might be a little bit partial to secular sexuality. Just saying.
Maybe just
wonder why. Mm-hmm.
Maybe just a little bit, but
hey, who's smoking on the stream?
Probably not.
That's Captain Dan.
So everyone but me.
You ain't got no smokes, Captain Dan.
That pipe looks like it might be bigger than Gandalf's.
It's the same shape. I think it's the same size.
That's pretty.
Mine's nowhere near that big. Wait, what?
True.
Well, that's gonna get clipped.
True. Are we talking about pipes still?
There's already a meme.
Yes, we're talking about pipes.
Dad, it's not the size that matters. It's how many cool tricks you can do with them.
Oh, thanks, daughter.
That's true, but you can't make no butter with a toothpick.
That's true. And have you not seen the show, The Puppetry of the Penis? Have you not seen that?
I have heard of it. I've never seen it myself.
I tried to do hamburger one time. Ow. You don't even want to know.
Say that again? No. I want to know. I want to know. I need details.
It's one of their maneuvers. The hamburger. Okay. Puppetry of the Penis, where they take one ball and the other ball goes on top while the penis goes in the middle, and it looks like a hamburger.
Don't try this at home, kids.
Yeah, no, don't try it.
You need a banner that just comes across the whole screen that says demonetized.
Can we just have a reset button? Let's go back to talking about atheism.
So yeah, court is all online this year, huh? So never mind.
Hey, I heard you were talking about one of them banned topics. You don't want to get your channel yellow listed, bitch, do ya?
Yeah, be a real shit.
Just get what she owes, wise guy, and nobody gets hurt.
Oh, Tony.
You might be right, Mikey. You might be right. Oh.
What's that?
Wait, was that Mikey or Tony Soprano? I'm confused.
It was just stereotypical mobster, loan shark guy.
That was very Joe Pesci.
Yeah.
That was partially my inspiration.
Joe Pesci
we
was
can
in
tell.
line to be a made
very
man
Pesci.
before he turned to acting.
You what?
Joe Pesci was was around the life and was going to actually be in the life if it hadn't been for somebody discovering him.
Really?
The fact that he's 4'8". Like, what's he gonna do when people walk in and be like, "Hey, it's the Penguin here to collect your money"? Yeah.
Pesci would have been a great Penguin, I think.
He would have been a great Penguin.
Yeah.
He might have been better than Danny DeVito, but I don't know.
I love Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
He was awesome.
I'm a trash man. I get up on stage and I start eating garbage.
Yeah. Oh man, I adore that show.
Well, it was the first two were Tim Burton outings. The other ones after that, I didn't quite really care for.
Holy
Batman. Yeah, the first two Batmans, yeah. One of my favorite lines is when the reporter asks him how he's doing. He's like, well, it could be worse. My nose could be gushing blood. The guy's like, huh, what? He's like, ah!
Yeah, he bites his nose.
Yeah.
I'd really like to know how Schwarzenegger got cast as Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, I don't know.
That always confused me.
When I heard one of their first initial choices was Patrick Stewart. And that would have been good.
That would have been so much better.
I don't know, all those puns.
Yeah, no, I could see
The
him
Freeze
delivering a lot of
puns.
those as well.
Yeah.
At least he could deliver them without the same campy, obvious bullshit, you know? Like, at least Patrick Stewart, he could have just said it and moved on, and maybe it would have dawned on you a second later, and you've been like, oh, that's why you do Shakespeare. Clever girl, clever girl.
Jim Carrey was a good cast for the Riddler, I think, at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was good. I would have liked to see Emo Phillips. I think Emo Phillips would have killed that role.
God, what is Emo Phillips doing these days? I haven't seen him.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm actually kind of excited for the new Batman with Pattinson.
I don't know.
Let's see.
I don't think he could do any worse than Affleck did.
True.
Honestly, I think Affleck, when he has the mask on, he actually looks like what Batman would look like. He had the fucking chiseled chin and everything.
Yeah. No, he does have the classic Batman look, but he's just, I don't know why. He's not Batman.
He's not as bad as Val Kilmer.
Definitely.
Oh, worst. Well, George Clooney. I don't know. It's a toss-up between him and Clooney.
I don't know what bat nipples. Just bat nipples.
Yeah. True.
White staff of Gandalf. Oh, there it is.
Oh, that's
Look at
cool.
that, Mikey. That's cool.
Very cool.
Wow.
For $400 fucking dollars.
Yeah, but didn't he also wedge a crystal in that top where the pipe was and light the crystal up so that he had light when they were going through the darkness of Moria?
You can just stick one of them Noma moon rays right on top of there.
I don't think it had to be a crystal in there. I think he just cast a spell and that was light.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they show him in one scene putting a crystal in that part. So.
I don't remember it being a crystal in the book, though.
Oh, no, I'm not saying the book. I'm just referring to the
It's
movie.
not in the book. It's not. But my staff has a crystal in it. See?
Oh.
Oh.
Wowzers.
Oh. What do you think, Jaded Atheist? Who's the best Batman? Who played it best?
Don't make fun of me. I have never. The only Batman I've seen was Batman: The Dark Knight.
Oh yeah,
and I enjoyed Heath Ledger's part more than anything in the movie. So,
I mean, that was an excellent Batman film. So no one's
was
going
a
to judge
good
you for
movie.
that. That was one of the best for sure.
The trilogy was quite good.
It was
You
good.
say,
Second best joke.
you say peacock, and nobody bats an eye. You say poopcock, and everyone loses their minds.
I am a big Marvel. My dad has always been a Marvel fan, so we didn't watch a lot of DC comics.
DC had the better cartoons.
Yeah.
Still does.
What are you talking about? Do you not remember the 1990s X-Men with that opening scene? And all the
Terrible. Terrible. But it was the only thing. It's the only thing that they had with X-Men that was on TV at the time, and I've been an X-Men fan since issue 1, and I had them. It was terrible. Like I watch it now, and I'm like, the animation was shit. It was absolute shit.
You're wrong, Neil. You're wrong.
No. It had horribly drawn backgrounds. It was horrifyingly bad. The stuff Marvel does now is way better than that shit. You see the old Avengers cartoon too? It was just as terrible.
Yeah, that was bad. But the 1990s X-Men was awesome, and you'll never convince me otherwise. I remember when I was a kid, I went through my dad's old belongings.
I was 25 when it came out. So.
Well, yeah, I was like 12, 13? Yeah, maybe. But I remember finding boxes of old X-Men and Fantastic Four comic books in my grandparents' basement. My dad being like, "Oh yeah, I really like those. Those were great. You can throw them out if you want." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll throw them out. I'll take care of these." I ended up selling them. I ended up taking them and selling them. He had a Spider-Man number 4 in his boxes. It's crazy.
So what's everybody's favorite movie based on a comic book character?
Ooh.
I will start with the Wolverine.
Wolverine was good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite movie based
on is this around the horn?
That's hard.
Are they going to
make? You can make it around the horn if you want. There you go.
Hang on.
Mikey already did it.
Does it have to be the first movie made about the character?
No, it doesn't. No, movie made about a comic book character. That is
Silver Surfer.
Fantastic Four and the Rise of the Silver Surfer? Is that
Yeah.
Oh man, but
what?
Very good.
Why not? The Silver Surfer's pretty cool.
Oh, well, maybe
yeah, but that movie was garbage.
Both of actually all the Fantastic Four movies are pretty shit, but like the Silver Surfer looked cool, so I'll give you that.
Yeah, but Galactus is horrible.
Which was?
the main bad guy at the end of that movie, Galactus. Yeah. He does not look like a giant cloud in space. That is not.
That's a fair assessment. Yeah.
But is Galactus really a bad guy, or is he just doing his thing?
Well, he might be just doing his thing, but he's still a giant humanoid wearing this huge purple hat.
No, Mikey, I pulled you in for this because Randolph was doing stuff in the background. So
that's why I was like, oh, okay, you can have a spot.
Like
back.
he's taking up a space where somebody could be. So I'm like, and he's not really participating. So I bumped him out so you can come in and participate in this.
Coins.
Oh, did they ever make a Sergeant Rock movie?
No, they have made animations about him though.
No.
Okay. What about Grape Ape?
Hey guys.
I'm gonna have to go ahead.
The round the horn banner is up, which means we have to start going round said horn. So, guest of honor, Jade, you're first.
Oh, that's so hard. Favorite
I like you wrote Deadpool.
Deadpool's good.
Great movie.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love the sarcasm.
Yeah.
And the fourth wall breaking.
Yeah.
All right, OP Atheist.
Think Iron Man.
Original Iron Man, yeah.
Okay.
That's a good one too.
Yeah.
Those were really great. I think we kind of forgot about how good they were when they came out.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of they were devastating when they came out. They were like, dude, that was fucking awesome.
Yes.
And I like how they took like an afterthought series within the Marvel universe and used a washed up actor at the time, and totally made bank on it.
Who's that?
I don't know about washed up, but
he was not in a good place at that time.
He was B-list. I'll give you that. I don't know about washed up, but I'll give you B-list.
He was washed up.
What were you going to say earlier there, Multi?
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to say probably Drax. If we can go Groot and Rocket as a dynamic duo, then definitely.
You're skipping ahead of the line.
Isn't that what you?
I just asked him.
He was asked.
What is happening around here?
We don't have to go in specific order. We can just whoever wants to go.
Here, watch this.
Oh.
Problem solved.
My authority wasn't being subverted. Look and see for yourself.
So you're saying the Guardians of the Galaxy one is the one you like?
Well, if you're talking about a specific character that had been gone from comic book to live action, yeah. I mean, I guess they're not the main character, but a good character.
Drax the Destroyer is great. All right. Well, since you put yourself next, Mikey, what about you?
Wait, whose turn is it? I thought we were going in a circle, but then Neil changed it up on us, and
that's what I'm saying. But everyone's acting like I'm Mr. Crazy Pants over here.
I heard my name.
All those wrenches you see in the chat there, I just grabbed a bunch and started throwing them into everyone.
You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
That's right.
So whose turn is it?
Go ahead, Jen.
Oh, do I have to explain my answer?
Not if you don't want to.
No.
Yeah.
Aquaman.
Mandatory.
It has to be a Marvel movie.
No, it doesn't.
What?
No, it doesn't.
The question was Marvel movie, yeah.
No, the question was not Marvel movie. The question was a movie about a comic book character.
Okay, I thought I heard Marvel.
So did I.
God, you Marvel fanboys. Fuck off. We get it. You like to suck off Bruce Banner. Chill.
Now I got just a second.
Yeah, Aquaman. I don't really think you need to look that deep into my character to understand why I salivate over Aquaman. It's pretty biological, if you know what I mean.
Hair, yeah, good hair.
Mama wants to get laid by some Samoan dick.
He is gorgeous. Yes.
He is.
He's from Norwalk, Iowa, of all places, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Some my
He and Brandon Routh went to the same high school.
Wow.
Do you remember when
Brandon
he started
Routh.
back on Stargate Atlantis?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Second season.
I remember that.
Jenna.
And I used to be on the basketball team that played
Jenna gets
Norwalk.
me. Okay, Jenna gets me.
Night, Ray. Naka. Thanks for hanging out, brother.
I'll let
If we
Jason
had room-
Momoa talk. I'll let Jason Momoa talk. He's got to go take care of something. He'll be back.
And that was a great Super Bowl commercial where he walks into his house, and takes off all of his
Muscles.
extra
Yeah.
muscles. And,
Yeah.
Hey, sweet. Wait till your fucking turn, yeah?
What? I already went.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I started it out.
Oh, okay.
Well, who's next?
All right.
You.
Yeah, now what do I do now? Yeah,
I
go
don't
on.
know. You took the keys to the Ferrari, and now you're telling me how do I shift? I don't know. I'm here now.
If I had to pick just one, I would say Blade, because I don't think we would have got any of the rest of the Marvel movies had it not been the success of Blade.
Blade was great. Great movie.
And
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes as Blade was the perfect casting.
And it has one of the best lines ever. Some motherfucker always trying to ice skate uphill.
Yeah.
If I was
Can
to
I-
pick more movies, Captain
Can I-
America's War.
Can I push back one part on that? I think Michael Jai White would have been a better Blade than Wesley Snipes.
No way.
I don't know.
I think it would have been better.
Can't see that. Can't see that.
Who's this guy for us who don't recognize the name?
Yeah.
He's in a lot of stuff. He's like an
that
actual
explains
martial. He's an actual martial artist. Let me find out some of his bigger movies. Most of his stuff is smaller.
Mhm.
But with Wesley Snipes on, he never really got picked for anything.
Oh, that guy. Yeah. You might be right.
I know who he is.
I don't.
Blade 3 is the best though,
Yeah.
because Ryan Reynolds is in that one.
Blade 3. Ryan Reynolds from my hometown, actually.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yep,
We
from
got to get
Vancouver.
him on
Oh.
one of our shows, Neil. I think he'd do it.
He might do it because but is he an atheist?
He is an atheist. He is an outspoken atheist. Yes.
Oh my
Really?
gosh.
Oh yeah.
I love him
Yes.
even more now.
Yes. He's got comments online. He said all sorts of things. I can't remember the one, but just Google it. He's got a few great atheist quotes.
Who is it
that,
we're talking about?
Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool.
Oh,
Can we get him on the show? We've
Yes,
had
he
Deadpool. Can we
is
get
definitely
Deadpool?
an atheist.
Calm down, Genesis.
I
Can we get him on? Can we come on the show right now? Can we get him right now?
Come on, call up
He
Ryan-
messaged him.
Dad,
He's
Dad,
quoted as
Dad,
saying
Dad, call
religion
Ryan
poisons
Reynolds,
everything
Dad.
good in this world.
Settle down, daughter. I'll do what I can. I'm also trying to get John Delancey on as well. So
That would be amazing.
And,
Get him to do
Have
his
fun
like,
with that.
Julia Sweeney. Yeah, I know. I've heard he's pretty difficult to deal with, but
But hey, go for it. It'll be great.
I'd put up with his idiosyncrasies just to be like, dude, we have Q on the show.
And then he would leave immediately. He would just close the window.
Yes.
Okay, so the 5 minutes is up. All right, we're good. All right, thanks. Bye.
Yeah, exactly. Did I make my
Michael,
$2,000? Okay, goodbye.
Malty, was he really that hard to work with?
I don't know. I wasn't there. I shouldn't say.
Michael Jai White was Spawn, and he was also in Dark Knight. He has 40 different martial arts movies he's been in.
Like
Universal
check my screen
Soldier.
share.
Yeah. That's a good one of his face, so people can. This guy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know who he is.
He would have been a great Blade.
I think Wesley Snipes had more attitude.
You don't even
Well, he
remember
did-
his movies.
He did play Spawn though.
He did
I
play
loved
Spawn,
him in
yeah.
Tax
Spawn
Evader.
was pretty good.
Spawn was good. Yeah, Spawn was great.
My favorite Wesley Snipes film is Tax Evader.
Never even heard of him.
Tax evader.
That was a documentary.
It was a biopic.
Yeah.
Hey, I can't stay because my friend is coming to pick me up for a night of drinking. So I'm gonna head off now.
All right, Jen. Well, thanks for jumping in.
Can I plug something before I leave?
Of course. Well, of course, you're my daughter. Of course you can.
Hell yeah. I always ask permission because like I don't want to just assume like I mean I know like you'll let me. It's just that I don't want to assume it because then I'll be a dick. Hi, I'm Genesis Undead. You can find me at the Nat One Heroes YouTube channel where we do tabletop role-playing games. And we have a focus on story-driven RPGs. So not so much into combat mechanics. We're not min-maxers. We're people who like to tell a good story. And currently we have a campaign called Actuary of Blasphemy, which is pretty fun. We have Ragabash Dabbler as a guest character, but the main cast includes Mikey Famine, myself, Aisala, and it's DM'd by Jonathan Dishonest Ape. So it's pretty cool. Yeah. And we also have a 10 Candles one-shot, which has Arden of Eden on it. And it's so funny. Mikey plays a great character. And my character basically
I'll give you one
alive.
I'll give you one space buck if you can remember her name.
Oh, was it Cleopatra? No, it wasn't Cleopatra. Was
it? I need first and last. I'm not helping you either.
You did. I don't remember the last name. Can I get half credit if I got Cleopatra right?
Nope, no cash.
50 space cents.
And that was Cleopatra Monroe.
I don't think you ever said her last name was Monroe.
Bullshit. Go back and watch it.
Yo, okay. Nat One Heroes fans prove Mikey wrong by showing the timestamp in chat.
Never
when
been
I
wrong.
leave. I love you guys. Okay. If I could, I would give all of you a COVID-free kiss because I am vaccinated, but I don't want to kiss you because that's weird. So, bye.
Oh, I was gonna say I expect one on the cheek when we meet, pal.
Mikey says he's never been wrong. I think we need Kristen to come on and verify this.
She's about, I would say, T-minus 4 hours before her second COVID shot kicks in. I have bought all of her supplies. I've got movies and blankets set up for her.
Do you think that that's going to do anything about her answer to that question?
She will answer appropriately if she wants someone to take care of her for the next 36 hours.
So naive.
I don't get it. I mean, it was a little bit of a sore arm, maybe one more blanket for a night, and that was it.
I had 102 fever for 48 hours.
I was down for 36 hours, and I never get sick.
I wish I had your guys' B cell response, man. My immune system said, "What? Huh? I'm tired. I'm going back to bed."
I was really tired too.
Yeah, a little bit for the first night for me.
When they were vaccinating us, I asked about side effects for Pfizer versus Moderna because they were giving them both out, and they said the biggest symptoms of the vaccination are for people who already had COVID, even if they had it and didn't know they had it. Your body goes into like hyperactive mode, and you respond stronger to it. So if you got the vaccine and you were wiped out for 48 hours or had like serious symptoms, you were asymptomatic with COVID at some point in the last year.
That's right.
I gotcha. Makes sense.
I had a sore arm and a little bit of tiredness the first night. Woke up the next day, arm was still sore, and I was like, "No, it's not so bad." I didn't even have the day booked off because I'd heard all these horror stories. And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm still not going to work." I had a paid day off, but I did feel a little bit tired. But that's about it.
Yeah, I did feel tired.
Yeah, me too.
Unfortunately for me, my job makes me interact with like 2,500 people a day. So there ain't no way I didn't have some string of it. Just ain't no way. Right. Because people are assholes. Anyway, Simply Secular Dave, your turn.
What?
Further around the horn.
Didn't I already go?
Did you say?
What did you say?
I said Grape Ape, but that wasn't a movie. But
Grape Ape?
There was a Grape Ape movie, wasn't there?
I don't
If
think
there
so.
was, I'm in. Yeah.
That was Kong versus Godzilla. We just saw that. It came out like last week.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Have you not seen the Great Grape Ape?
Yeah, Grape Ape, Grape Ape, Grape Ape.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, from the 70s and early 80s. Yeah, and they had a Godzilla cartoon actually at the same time. By the way,
yeah, and it was like Spider-Man. It was like 8 minutes of cutscenes, 3 minutes of new content, and 14 minutes of commercials.
Yeah.
The Grape Ape show. No movie, but he did have his own show.
Oh,
Yep.
nice.
Grape Ape. Yeah.
I liked Laugh Olympics.
Yep. So
too.
you got to answer now, Dave?
What's that?
So do you want to actually
Are you
name?
you can't use Grape Ape. Yeah. Can you still go like recanting your love for Grape Ape? That is not.
Does Richie Rich count?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
That was a movie. Yeah. They sold a lot of comics and they made a lot of money at the theater.
When as a kid, I loved the Richie Rich comics.
Yeah.
Yep. All the Harvey comics.
And we move on.
Okay. Who's next?
Mikey Famine.
Me. Pretty obvious. Pretty obvious for me. Black Panther. Next. Nate, hit it.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Black Panther. You're kidding. With the Wakanda scene in the background, we never would have guessed that.
With the Warrior Falls?
Yeah, that's right.
Once again, Mikey nails it. Cheers.
I've got one there. I guess the Scooby-Doo stuff. I was a little disappointed though that they made the characters hate each other, because that wasn't how the original series was. And the other big disappointment was that they didn't have all those repeating backgrounds that look so lovely.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. The cartoon repeating background.
Randolph.
Did they do like the whole running between the doors?
Yeah.
Yes, they did a version of that. Yeah.
Randolph. We're talking about comic books to movies.
Ooh.
Scooby-Doo didn't become a comic book till well after the original cartoon aired.
Yeah, but movies came after that, didn't they?
Yes, but we're talking about comic books to like
technically correct. Therefore, that is the best kind of correct.
We're talking about abiogenesis here, so
limit my answer. I won't have an answer.
Oh, Neil died.
There goes Neil.
Oh, there he is.
No, I took myself out of the stream so I could scream for a second.
All right, hit it, Nate.
Days of Future Past.
Sorry, Neil, I don't do it purposely.
I know. Yes,
Days of Future Past.
Really?
Days of Future Past. Love that movie.
The series?
X-Men.
So good. It was so good.
Well, how do you explain what's her name there getting the power to put people in the past? No, like that.
Kitty Pryde?
Kitty Pryde, yeah. She never had any abilities even remotely like that, and suddenly she does.
Mutant powers, bitch.
Yep, it's actually the movie was absolutely nowhere even fucking remotely close to the comic series, that segment that came out. So I thought that movie was actual shit, but because I'm a hardcore X-Men fan, and I have from issue 1 all the way up, and well, until recently, I gave them all to my cousin.
To me, that's arguably the worst of the X-Men movies.
But I don't know. Apocalypse was pretty fucking bad too.
Apocalypse was bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed how it worked in the Sentinel storyline from the 90s cartoon that Neil also hates, so I don't expect him to agree with my movie choice. So let's just move on.
I'm going to have to say, like Mikey, just put in the chat, my favorite comic book adaptation to a feature film was The Watchmen.
That was all right.
It was good.
It was so dark too.
Was Tales from the Crypt a cartoon before they made the movie?
No.
No,
it was a comic book before they made the cartoon. There you go. Right there. Rorschach right there. This mask is fantastic because if you breathe, part of it disappears. So it looks like it's changing.
Cool.
Right, I'm still putting together the rest of the Rorschach costume, but I'll have it soon.
Show, yeah.
Now, I did. Now, if we could do TV shows, I think Titans is really good. For a DC one, Titans is really good. But the best DC TV show is the Doom Patrol by a long shot.
That's good. That is
Hey.
I have yet to see that.
no. It's,
Well, I did get my Slade Wilson mask, so there's that.
It's well worth a watch, Melty.
Okay.
Look who popped into the chat.
J Mike.
Hey, J Mike.
There we go.
Why are we juggling people again?
Just because I went out and fucked everything up.
Oh,
But J Mike is one of the newer hosts for the Talk Heathen, by the way.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that on the list. Or the roster or the bench or whatever we're calling it.
Yeah, J Mike and Rudy B and who's the other one?
Well, there's Jim, and there's Johnny.
No, not for nonprofit.
Leonard, you're talking
Kenneth
about
Leonard?
Kenneth Leonard.
Yeah, Kenneth Leonard. That's it.
Thank you. That's it. Kenneth. Yes.
And I still feel stable is the correct word.
No, bench. I think bench works much better.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, do you guys want an evil sneak peek that I probably shouldn't tell you about? That I'll tell you about anyway. So Rudy B and I are co-hosting Secular Sexuality on June 3rd with Leanna Warden, I think her name is, who is a self-described sexual shaman, embodied spirit, and healer.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I was reading her website. All physical ailments are caused by emotionally suppressed feelings that we have inside.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I think she did a talk at our church.
And she will help you.
Use e-meters for those.
This is shit from her website. She will help you to vibrate in the fifth dimension and unlock orgasmic experiences with your partner that you have never known before. And we're supposed to interview this. And I'm
is it too late? Is it too late for me to change my answer?
I was saying to Rudy, I'm like, how are we gonna do this without like completely attacking her? Because I'm like,
that's too funny.
I have so many issues with what it says on your website.
What you got to do is watch a lot of this.
You can use my catchphrase if you like. You can. I give you full use of it. So if you want to say when she's talking about her energies, if you want to say what's the units on that, you're welcome to it.
I've seen that as your status.
Yes,
over 9,000.
I've been. I don't know. I talked to Rudy earlier today about like how do we approach this without like completely being a dick to our guest, but also being true to the fact that like you're out your fucking mind, girl. Like, what are you talking? You're an embodied spirit. Like, okay, if spirits inhabit bodies, then we're all embodied spirits. So that doesn't really set you apart. And I would like to know, like, what already. Part of your spirit isn't a part of the body? Like, let's draw that. Let's draw that distinction right now. Like, where?
Well, that's going to be mind-body dualism. That is kind of weirdly misplaced. Yeah.
So is your show about atheism or is it about skepticism?
It's about secular sexuality. It's about sexuality. She's a sex coach.
Okay, so in that case, she could still be an atheist, not believing in deity. She just has this belief in the spiritual stuff, and you could explore from that angle, and that would probably work out quite interestingly.
Well, that's kind of what we're going to do. Is kind of explore what she does as opposed to what she believes. But another one thing that I saw on her website was I think I mentioned it, that all physical ailments are caused by emotional imbalances in your psyche. And I'm like, that's not only wrong, that's fucking dangerous, right? Like,
that is dangerous.
If a woman finds a lump in her breast and you're going to tell her that we can meditate it away, like, Like, no, man, you are not only wrong, you are fucking immoral. You could be killing somebody.
So why don't you let her know ahead of time what the tough questions are going to be, so she's prepared, and then you can ask them to her, and it won't seem so bad for her.
Oh, fuck no.
I mean, I didn't get to choose her as a guest. I'm the newest co-host on Secular Sexuality, so I'm really not going to do that. But what I will do is ask those questions when she's on. So
I try to, when I'm talking to someone that's like that, I mean, I'm definitely trying to say, hey, I come from a different a viewpoint than you do.
Yes.
Can you help me understand what you mean by this?
Absolutely.
And when she starts to go really off into the woo, you just got to keep on pulling it back.
That is such a useful phrase, to help me understand. That is one of the most useful phrases that I've found in doing street epistemology is help me understand why. Da, 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 da. Absolutely, absolutely, Malty. Yeah, thank you.
No
Your
problem.
thoughts, Mikey? Not sure what happened. Maybe you just got
Oh,
abducted by
I
aliens.
hear a can. Oh no, that was Swede.
Yeah, but that's not alcohol, is it, Swede? Because you're not
No,
allowed
it's
to
not.
drink.
Nope.
I'm on blood thinners. Give me a break.
Hey, I'm on iced tea. This is got an Arnold Palmer here.
I'm on.
I love Arnold Palmer's. I love.
What's an
John,
Arnold Palmer?
Before I went on
Golfer.
Blood Thinners, I love John Daly's, which is an Arnold Palmer with tequila.
I knew who the golfer is.
It's iced tea and lemonade.
Oh.
So I make a really strong tea, and then I make some lemonade and add the tea to the lemonade.
And one of the best This Is Sports Center commercials was Stuart Scott and what's his face was behind Arnold Palmer in line in the cafeteria, and you see Arnold Palmer go 50% in one, 50% in the other one, and they both look at each other like, "Oh my God, that's why it's named that." That, along with the Swedish chef ones, are always great.
Yeah.
Walking up to the cafeteria line, and they're like, "What?" And then a hockey player has to translate. Durbin.
All right, so have we done everyone? Everyone's given their answer now, I suppose?
I don't think Randolph ever gave an answer, did he?
Yeah, he did. Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Sorry.
Well, he's getting up on a ladder. Let's all watch intently and see if he falls.
So what's he putting on? Is that sheeting he's adding? What are you adding there, Randolph?
He's wrapping up his house for the winter.
That's partly true, actually. This is the part above where the roof is going to hook into the side of the deck.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I had to pull off one line of the siding there and move the metal up so that the lip hook steers the water out, because the metal was below where the roof line is, and I don't want it to pool up water there for sure.
Right, you're moving your flashing up so you can get a good drain. Yeah.
You said pool, right? Okay, good. I thought you said poo for a second. I'm like,
nope, I don't talk like that online. You know that.
You wouldn't say shit. You would say poo. I've heard you say
that either, man. But
terrible sort of word.
Perhaps he prefers feces.
Yeah. So after this, I'll be able to get working on the roof as well. The roof framing is when I finish the east wall. But I kind of need to get this done so I can finish the framing for the east wall as well.
What the hell? What do all these new fucking people keep popping in here? Like, did you see this one, Malty? I'm not sure if this is reference to you.
Hey, I'm adding icing to the gingerbread. Well, I wish this was edible because I am feeling hungry for dessert right now.
What's the units on that? I'm off the scale. I get it.
So the part that you missed earlier when I was off the scale is I was lifting that big piece of wood back there that I'm just screwing in. So I was walking up the ladder, which a lot of people might say is dangerous, but if you know how to do it right, it's fine. So
Whoa.
Yeah. So you attached it on the other end somewhat, or is it just sitting up
Oh
there?
no, it's attached. It's getting secured into the plywood that the side of the deck is made from. That is bolted into the frame as well.
Hey, JR. Or
No,
Manuel,
both
actually.
screwed into the frame.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Makes me want to get out and do some.
Is he motivating you,
mission work.
Marky?
Don't
Yeah,
let him stop
I need to.
yourself.
Don't start home renovation projects. I'm
It's
6
hard.
months into mine now, and I'm over it.
Yeah,
Hey, I just rebuilt 2 sinks. I'm well into it.
Yeah.
This is the lean-to on the side of my home, so it's on the outside, so it doesn't disrupt anything inside. So we're okay here. Inside stuff would become a full-time job to get it done as fast as possible, of course.
Yes.
This one's been a lot of work, but I'm quite satisfied with the progress with what little time I've been able to put into it. So we're hoping to get this. This will be the future studio for True North Talk that Neil and I will be co-hosting together and taking calls from Canadians and people all over the world to get Canadian perspective on atheism and related topics.
Canadians. Yeah, we should probably mention that more often, I guess. Eh?
Oh yeah. Oh, there's somebody else the other day was Aunt Jen. She was telling me she's really looking forward to the show. She's got high hopes for it.
Aunt Jer, not Jen.
No, it was Jen. Aunt Jen. Auntie Jen. Not Aunt Jer. Aunt Jer is also enthusiastic, but I'm talking about Auntie Jen.
Who the fuck is Auntie Jen?
She's hooked up with Godless Sewing.
Oh, that's Jen's little corner.
Oh, Jen's little corner, Jen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. I know her as Auntie Jen because that's what she goes by in Twitter. So, yeah. Or maybe she doesn't anymore.
She was streaming this morning. Yeah.
Yeah. So she's had some very nice comments for us. Looking forward to our program coming up, Neil.
Jen's good.
That's great.
She's good people. Is she Canadian?
No, she's from Australia.
Darn it.
Which is like, it's like they're the Canadians on the other side of the
on the other side.
Yeah, they're like diet Canadians.
The ones who the flat earthers deny. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. No, it's not the flat earthers. That whole Australia doesn't exist thing was started by one girl in college as a joke, and it stuck.
I hear they try everything in college. That's what Chef says from South Park.
That's right. That's right. So I didn't go to college, actually, but I did a whole bunch of different courses and shit after high school because I was like, "Fuck, I'm not." I hated school, so I did really good, but I hated it. So I was like, "Fuck this! I'm going." Went all over Europe and Israel and you name it, all over the fucking place. And then I came back and I took a culinary course. I took organic chemistry, which is actually the one I ended up using, and art and some shit like that. I did go to a little bit of college first for fine arts, but I never ended up. I did like half the semester, and I was like, "This is shit," and I left. So,
but the fine arts helped out because you have a band called Luminous.
Yes,
and Mikey will probably put a link in the.
Look at Dave plugging me away. We're going to be kicking in with the practices again on Saturday morning.
I was going to ask you about that when you texted me the other. Yeah.
So you're going to have to swing by.
I'm going to come down. I'm going to bring my laptop and my high def camera, and we'll get some footage and check the whole deal out. Yeah.
Okay, make sure your sound card or whatever doesn't do what my old computer used to do. Whenever we would play, it would go blank.
Yeah,
the sound was too much. Yeah.
I can bring my mic and adjust it down. Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah. Hey, maybe we can play live on the channel.
That would be sweet.
Right.
Do a live stream from there. We'll try it out first and see what happens. And yeah.
Well, we could do you record one, see how it sounds, and then we can air live, right? Because don't forget, when you air live, with the old Google Hangouts, anyways, they used to have a sound dampener as well.
Yeah.
So we'd kick him at then we'd like all of a sudden we'd go and there was nothing. You couldn't hear shit.
Or you could just play a little quieter.
No. No. What's wrong with you, man? This is rock and roll. It's like maybe if I was like Enya or something, I might be able to do that, but no. Hey, who's pretending to be me in the chat there, Mikey?
Oh my.
Yeah, you put the SoundCloud. Yeah. Tangled is the intro song. And for the interviews, and Failing Gracefully is the intro song for this one. So, and the one, if you R and Raw's favorite is Taste My Sin.
Is Tangled the guy that what's his name? I can't remember his name. The guy who shaved to the song.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Man, that is the best thing ever. When Monty Fox is his name, guys. You can find his channel, and he has a segment that he does called "A Shave and a Song," and he picked Tangled for one of his shave and a song videos. And they even have the 360, so you can go all over his bathroom while he's shaving, listening to Tangled. That's hilarious.
So we all went in one night and hit like and share and all this stuff and blew his channel up.
Mm-hmm. And I left a comment. I said that you should come on my show, and he answered it. He's like, yeah. It took him a couple of months. I guess he forgot about his channel. He's like, yeah, sure. And then so he gave me his email, and I sent him an email, and I have not heard back from him. I think he might actually still be a believer.
He might not be an atheist.
Right.
He might not be an atheist if.
Or if it went into his junk folder, if it's one of those free webmail services, so you might have to email him a few times.
Well, once is all I need. If he doesn't get it, he doesn't get it. You know. I can go on his YouTube channel and say, hey, I emailed you. Did you get it? But
yeah. No, that was funny when we found out that night. That was awesome.
Something from nothing. Thank you very much. Although we really weren't talking too much about anything really relevant. But yeah, thank you. Something from nothing. I appreciate the compliment. Thank you. And Rodent, save your money, man. You know, when we meet up one day, you can buy me a beer. How's that? Save your cash. But citation fucking needed. I had that one time.
That's GE's channel, right?
What's that? Yeah, that's. I think that it's. He has that one. I have the Got Evidence and the Heathen one from GE's channel. I'm like, John, you know what? You're gonna fucking. That's his actual name, and everybody knows it. So I'm not doxing anybody.
No.
I said, "Fuck! I buy enough of your damn shirts. You should give me a couple of freebies." And he's laughed, and he'll probably end up giving me some at some point.
That was on Mikey.
You know, you're in the chat here, Mikey. You can actually speak.
That's weird. My internet is crazy right now. So I just tried not to robot on everybody. I was like, I'll just type.
Okay. All right.
Everyone donate to Mikey's Bin podcast for his Zydex fund.
Yeah. We need to upgrade his internet connection.
Well, I broke my cable. I think I figured out when I broke my Ethernet cable is because I was yelling at this weird anti-vax dude, and then I knocked the chair over, and I think it landed on my Ethernet cable, and I split it. And the only reason I did that was because my co-host on the show decided that he should chastise me and give the guy several escape ropes when I had the fucker painted into a corner, and he kept giving the motherfucker daylight. It was driving me insane.
So was that guy on your last show? That Dutch guy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I couldn't watch beyond like 20 minutes of that show after he painted capitalism as an economic system characterized by innovation. And I'm like, no, dude. That is not what capitalism is at all. It's all about profit. I mean, if innovation makes you money, then maybe you could argue that. But like, all you have to do is look at the fossil fuel industry and how it has repeatedly hampered renewable energy sources, you know, in public transit systems in California, for example, and all across the world. Like, it is not characterized by innovation. Like, the way that you framed that is so...
An economist came on later and chastised him for that.
And the Economist.
Oh, we were talking about it in chat as soon as he said it. We were like, no.
and it's weird. You actually know the Economist, Nate.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, it's sweet.
Okay.
Yeah, it's him right down there.
Hi. Yeah, we were. I don't know if you were talking about that in the chat.
Yes, I was. I was screaming.
I got him on the
But yeah,
show.
like
I
that was
like,
like one of the first things I said. I was like, no, like that definition is way off and way biased and just so incorrect. Like that just shows that you've already succumbed to this, American mindset of the American dream that doesn't fucking exist. Like,
I want to. This is totally off the.
I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm finished. I'm done.
We are all Mikey fans.
I tried to watch that, Mikey. I couldn't. I had to leave.
No. You got to suffer through it because he said this. He said the vaccine's not really a vaccine. It's just gene therapy. And I said, you're going to fix that or you're off the fucking show and I'm booting you off of it. And then he tried to fucking paint me as this atheist crazy nut job, in which case I went completely nuclear and screamed him into oblivion for a good 20 minutes before he rage quit. And then my host decided to open his mouth and he got it worse when the show was over.
I have to go back and watch.
That Dutch guy rage quit.
No.
When these are going to happen. I missed out.
You got to sub to the show. You got to sub to the channel.
Oh,
well, I was probably not going to do that anymore. But no, Dutch is a host on the show. The Pastor Sam, whatever the fuck his name was, that was the dude that Dutch brought on as a guest. And then he was fucking talking out of his butt crack. And he decided to try to spout lies on a platform that I'm fucking on. Not happening, brother. Not when my name's attached to the fucking link. Not today. Not ever.
I thought it was Dutch, though, that said that capitalism was a economic system characterized by innovation.
Else's quote.
Was he? Because I didn't get that.
Yes, he was.
That.
Because he got called out on it. He's like, well, I didn't say this. This is from so-and-so. It's like, oh,
okay, so what did it, and the reason his language works, but I still chastise him for this because the language is bad, but the reason the languages work is because generally, if you ask at least 6 out of 10 people, they're all going to say, yes, capitalism enhances innovation. Even though it's wrong, and we know it's wrong, people still think that, and it's characterized that way.
That's why it's a problem, yeah.
So one more thing, and then I swear to God, I'm not going to talk about this anymore. So,
no, talk about it, Mikey. I want to hear you talk about it.
That cheeky fucker sent me a fucking friend request on Facebook, right?
I remember you mentioned that, yeah.
So then I go and look on his fucking Facebook just to see what kind of bullshit he's up to. Monday, he's super pumped for this. It's the church goes to Planned Parenthood. So he's one of those fuckers that go outside of Planned Parenthood.
Oh, wow.
And fucking harasses girls going in for their fucking birth control and their fucking pap smears. He's one of those fucking guys.
Despicable.
Years ago, when the church
is like 4 hours for me. I can be there fucking Sunday morning, fucking front row. If this is the kind of shit he's gonna try and fucking pull, I'll fucking bring the cameras and shit with me. Fuck that. Fuck this dude.
Mikey, years ago,
where are you, Mikey? I'll be there, man. Let's do this.
Go ahead, Dave. Go ahead.
Years ago, when this happened in Vancouver and the churches were going to Planned Parenthood, my girlfriend and I went down to Planned Parenthood and escorted people in and out of the building. Like, that is just so damn wrong.
Fucking asshat. And then he's got this little fucking, I'm just a humble little Trump. I'm like, and we're talking about capitalism. I'm like, do you actually provide anything to the economy since you want to fucking talk about it so much? What do you do for a fucking living except for scare people into giving you money, or else they think they're going to go to fucking hell? What do you provide to this? What do you do on earth? What is the purpose of you? Like, I was so done with this guy.
Except not pay taxes.
Yeah, we got into when should the church pay taxes, and he was very defensive about that.
I wonder fucking why.
Yeah, I think he realized that a pretty penny of his church would disappear if they had to pay taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way, because I watched a few minutes of that show and then I was like, I can't do this, and I don't want to alienate my new friend Mikey by telling him that guy was an asshole, but I'm just gonna not say anything and hope it blows over.
You gotta wait for the climax when it's just like there was A New Hope and then Empire Strikes Back. Man, Return of the but that Return of the Jedi though. Whew.
Yeah. It made it all worth it? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I'll have more faith next time.
I've seen it before where people have referred to the churches as church businesses. And I'm thinking, we should refer to them as church businesses more.
Yeah.
Because they are businesses that have tax-exempt status. And that can help in the fight maybe against them having tax-exempt status if we keep referring to them as businesses.
Oh, I was looking into what I looked into the Baptist ministry, one of the Baptist ministries down in Georgia. It wasn't Southern Baptist; it was a different Baptist. It was the guy that went and shut up the massage parlors. Kind of connected with that guy. And you look at their letters of incorporation. You look at their website, and when they describe who does what, and it's built as a corporation. I mean, it's right there.
It's structured.
Well, what a corporation, like a 501c3?
Well, in that they
would
had
be a corporation, but it's not for 501c3 is.
They had an arm that was for fundraising. They had an arm that was for information dissemination. They had an arm, and they were talking about how they were rolling like the women's league into the arm, one of these other parts of the business. So it was organized like that, if that makes sense.
Here in Canada, it's structured a little differently. Corporations can't be nonprofit societies, but they can be charities. And so Canadian Atheists is set up as a corporation because if we set up as a nonprofit society here in British Columbia, in this province, the way the provincial laws are structured under the Societies Act, we cannot branch out to other provinces. And we wanted to have be federal because the name Canadian Atheists, all of Canada. So we set up federally as a corporation instead.
I see.
And then that way we don't have that problem. So we'll run like a nonprofit in a way, but it's less complicated actually to run as a corporation. It turns out.
Also, so one more little tidbit. He also wanted to point out
status, and we won't.
He also wanted to point out that I know I'm not supposed to talk politics from the pulpit, but I do.
It's so do they.
Yeah.
No, that's what he said. He's like, I do though. I know I'm not supposed to, but I do.
Oh, what absolutely so defiant.
So we should just call the IRS and let them know that he's constantly preaching politics from the pulpit. And
send him the video.
Because he'll lose his 50c3 status.
Go ahead,
send him the video, Mikey. And turn him into a General C corporation and tax him.
Go ahead, Neil.
Do with all of them.
I just wanted a couple things. I just wanted to make quick mention our old friends Nick and Daniel are in the chat.
Hey, buddies.
Guys.
They're in Germany, right?
Yes, that's correct. And they're talking about Star Wars stuff, which is always cool. Except I think Daniel's has his wires crossed a little too much because he seems to think that the best Star Wars is the Ewoks Battle for Endor.
Maybe he's watching Star Wars from the Star Trek grid.
The best Star Wars is the Christmas special.
But the big screen there would be pretty good.
I mean, you're able to get the whole story in a short period of time. That's for
22 minutes, yeah.
And they had the first animated Boba Fett as well in that.
The best Star Wars film out of the new films is Rogue One. Fight Me. It's the best one out of any since the original trilogy.
Fuck Skywalker.
Rogue One was the best.
Didn't
true standalone Star Wars story? It doesn't get better than that.
No, that sounds right to me.
Which one does Spock die in?
Oh my god!
Wrath of Khan.
Okay.
I can't. Yeah, Mikey, put it down. Walk away. Walk away. That's it.
Multi,
He's
I got
calling
kicked out of the stream
Goodbye.
the other night for asking.
I don't blame it.
Which Star Trek was the spaceship and which was the space station. I just got zonked right out of the chat.
Sorry, Mikey.
I can't go on.
Did we scare Mikey out of here? That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Poor Mikey.
I just wanted to say I've been trying to say for about the past 20 minutes, but you guys are going on about something I don't even know about. But anyway, I posted, of course, as everyone does when they get the vaccine. I posted about having the vaccine, and this guy who's not even in my friends list, like, just shows up out of nowhere. His name is Kenny Hornrickson, which sounds like a made-up name already. But he goes, NASA uses vaccines to brainwash people into believing in the globe Earth religion.
Was that on Twitter or Facebook? I remember seeing that.
Facebook.
Yeah.
And okay, I'm getting an echo from somebody, and I don't know who it is. But I'm not sure. But anyway, so I replied, I'm like, Kenny, you know science very well, do you? And he comes back and says, of course I do. Then he posts this picture. This is fucking great. And just look at this. He says that gravity is hang on. He says this is why gravity is a pseudoscience, he says. And he posts this picture. Come on. There we go. Gravity. Yep. It can hold water onto a spinning ball, yet birds can fly.
Oh, no.
Seems like he's got a lot to learn.
You think?
Wow. Water is so aerodynamic.
I know, right? I did. You know, I could have tirade a whole reason as to why all that stuff he thinks is wrong is actually fine, but I just posted, "You're an idiot."
Neil, I think you saved yourself a lot of time.
So he comes back. So I'm an idiot by exposing the pseudoscience of gravity. I said, no, you're an idiot for thinking that gravity is a pseudoscience. You're an idiot for thinking the world is fucking flat. You're a science denier, and that not only makes you an idiot, but it makes you a dangerous idiot.
Yeah.
And you haven't exposed anything other than you're an idiot. And he comes back and says, gravity is a pseudoscience because it's just a theory.
Jump off a 20-story building.
I'm not done here. It is flat because it's called sea level and not sea curve. Water doesn't curve. I'm like, you've never seen a meniscus, but he goes, I'm like, okay, and this is why you're an idiot. A theory in science is the highest echelon anything can be. It includes hypotheses and laws. Right? The reason they call them theories is because they leave it open for possible new information they might discover that could add to the current consensus. Apparently, you've never heard of the experiment done with the two Greek guys that put sticks in the ground and discovered that the Earth was an oblate spheroid.
Aristophanes.
Yes, they were so accurate with their experiment that they were able to determine the circumference of the planet way back then, and they were only off by less than a couple of feet. You're a fucking embarrassment to humankind is what you are.
Yeah, Carl Sagan taught me that. He should just go watch the original Cosmos series. He'll learn a lot.
Yep.
I had a conversation with my two youngest daughters about that because they have a flat earther in their group, and I'm like, we literally proved that the Earth was a sphere in 1800 BC with a fucking stick and a piece of string and a hole dug in the ground. It's that fucking simple, and we got it to within a couple of thousand feet over the space of, I think it's like 40,000 meters. Like,
yeah, it was way less than 1% off.
It was so close.
Yeah. You know what some flat earthers say? They've got more than two sticks.
Oh God. I got more than two sticks for them, let me tell you.
And overprotected atheist, didn't you run into a troll the other day who was like, after the stream, didn't somebody ask you for money or something. Was that you?
Oh yeah. He's from Nigeria, and he was claiming that he was an atheist, and he's been watching my channel, and he really loves like all my YouTube. And I really I talk to people all the time about that, and like a lot of atheists come to me and just want to talk, and I was like, okay. And then at the end, he's like, I have a request, and I was like, okay. And then he's like, and then he goes on this whole rant about how he has college and he can't pay for college, and he's broke, and he needs money for medical bills because he's got like medical problems, and I'm just like, nope, like I don't think this is right. Like
that was the wait what moment.
Yeah, I was like, that just came out of left field. I don't know what in the world is going on, but
yeah.
And then he got mad at me because I blocked him on Twitter, and he went over to my Facebook and was like, why did you block me? And I'm like, you can't figure this one out. Like
you need money for college, but you can't figure out why I blocked you.
Yeah. It was ridiculous.
There's some interesting people on the old Facebooks.
Look, as your Nigerian prince, let me just say he is not affiliated with the actual Oh, I took it out. Let me find it again. Hold on. I lost it. Talk amongst yourselves while I find my Nigerian flag.
My kids and I actually reproduced the Eratosthenes experiment with my daughter, who lives about 2 hours away, and so we synced our phone. We had our phones synced at the same time, and I'm like, okay, at 12 o'clock, you're going to stick a pencil in the top of your piece of paper, and you're going to draw a line right along the edge of that pencil. Okay, and we're going to do the exact same thing at 12 o'clock exactly. And then we're going to come together, and we're going to put those pieces of tracing paper together. And we did, and they were very slightly off. Very slightly off. The original experiment, I think, with Eratosthenes was something like 800 miles away, and we're like not quite 200 miles away. So obviously the experiment wasn't quite as exact, and we literally did it with a pencil and a piece of paper, right? But I was like, this is literally how you know the Earth is round, and you can do it with a pencil and a piece of paper. So
that's awesome.
It's literally that easy.
That's a great thing to do with your kids. Yeah, you're teaching them so much with that.
Thank you.
Testing reality. What better thing can you teach your kid than to embrace doubt? It's fantastic. Yeah. Scientific experiments.
Yeah, my entire family is religious, and I've let them take my kids to church quite a bit, and always said, you can tell my kids what to think, and I will teach them how to think, and we'll see who comes out on top. And I have 3 atheist kids, so what does that tell you?
What was the reaction of your kids to that experiment?
They thought it was so cool because we actually took the difference. And then we multiplied it out, and I'm not like a huge math guy, but we multiplied it out, and we were I think we got like 36,000 or something. Like we were off by a lot more than Eratosthenes was.
Well, Eratosthenes had taller sticks too.
He had taller sticks, a deeper well, and he was like 4 times further apart, so he had a much smaller margin of error. But I was like, does that not show you that it's like this?
Mm-hmm.
It's not. It's.
You plan to do that experiment with them again someday on the beach, maybe, or?
I would love to. I would love to. Hopefully, I get to do it with my grandkids.
Oh, they'll love it.
I need to address something that's going on in the chat right now. Where John Anderson had stated that theories don't include laws.
Natural
because. No, just sure. Let me explain this. Thank you. I am a scientist, so I can explain this for you. He's kind of right. Let's put it this way. When I said a theory includes hypotheses and laws, they're actually all 3 separate things. However, a current theories run with mathematical laws, which is what scientific laws actually are. They are forms of mathematics to figure things out, like a scientific fact or scientific law uses mathematics. Now, like the law of gravity. There's a mathematical formula to tell you what the law of gravity is, and it gets included into a theory as the running theory of gravity. But the law of gravity is a mathematical whatever. Anyway, but the theory explains why or how things work, and it includes the laws in that explanation and hypotheses in that explanations as well.
Yeah, the only proofs are mathematical. The only laws are mathematical.
Well, not necessarily, but
laws are observations that we haven't seen anything to the contrary of.
Yeah.
That's right. And they are included within a theory. But however, theories and laws and hypotheses are still different entities, but they can all be concluded in the scientific theory.
The way it was explained to me was it's just a body of knowledge, and laws are part of that body.
Yep, that's right.
Laws are the arms and legs. Observations from there are the body.
That's the quickest way I could explain it, really, technically. But yes, that's why I say law or scientific theories includes things like hypotheses and laws. Hypotheses are, especially the ones that there's actually some evidence for, because hypotheses, become part of a theory once they've been demonstrated repeatedly, and you can repeat the testing, and you get peer review in there, and everyone gets happy. We've got some kind of consensus, and then it becomes part of the theory.
We are in the field of econ. We are actually witnessing a hypothesis turning into a theory right now, and it's actually kind of cool because it's been repeated so many different times now across many different universities across doing studies on it, and there's just a few observational difficulties they're trying to get around, but it's called the fair wage effort hypothesis, and it's how people generalize their effort and productivity at work in relation to the wage they're receiving and how they think that is fair in comparison to the general market itself. So if they feel like they should be getting paid more, they will generally scale back their productivity or not try as hard or not give a shit. And when you pay them more, you actually watch their productivity get up. But however, that fair wage that they think they should be at adjusts with the general market around them. And so you get this like, oh, the job market is really bad. I feel like my fair wage has come down because the job market is shit, and it's really hard for me to get something more comparable than what I'm at now. It's really cool to watch this in real time, though.
Evolution does have laws within it. There are specific things within evolution that are considered laws, but evolution is the theory itself and will always be a theory because they'll always have new information to add to it.
So let me clarify something, because I said that laws are a mathematical thing, right? There aren't any laws that don't include mathematics, and you corrected me. So I'm curious, are there laws that don't include mathematics?
Say's law.
What's that?
Say's law says that product has to be produced before it can be sold.
Law of attraction.
That actually doesn't.
That's so colloquial, though. That's not what I mean. That's not what people technically mean when they mean law in a scientific sense.
It does, because when you talk about supply side or demand side, it's a supply side proof in law that you actually have to produce something for demand for that product to exist. It's what proves that supply side economics actually outweighs demand side.
Does that not include mathematics, though?
Nope.
How does that not include mathematics?
Can you sell something that doesn't exist?
Well, 0 minus 1 equals negative 1, and that doesn't exist in the real world. So it kind of does equate to a mathematical equation.
I think that's the law of back order.
I've been selling myself.
I'm curious. I don't know. I'm not saying just the understanding.
No product.
There's no math behind it other than a logical form, logic behind it. It's a syllogism.
So is that not just game theory, which is math?
No, it's not game theory.
I'm going to do this right now.
Game theory gets into like the
hold on, sweet. Hold on.
I got to go. So I got a text. I got to go. So it's a family thing, but that's okay. I got to get over to my sisters. So basically, everyone can shill out their stuff, and we'll bring this to a close. And I'll say my thank yous and stuff, and I will do a thank you tweet. Might take me a little bit to get it out there, but I will do one. So let's start this out with well, not me. Let's start out with the guest of honor.
Jaded, you're muted.
Sorry, I keep talking to kids. Yes, thank you so much for having me on today. I really appreciate being able to come and tell my story. Thank you. I don't have any. I do actually. Next month, I'm doing an interview with the Emphatic Atheist. And then other than that, I don't have anything planned at the moment. We're hoping to finish my studio area in the next 2 weeks, and then I can really start getting some videos put out. I'm going to start with purity culture, I think, because that has been the most prevalent to me and is also the hardest part for me to come out of on the other end. So that's kind of where I'm going to start, hopefully within the next month or so.
Awesome. Great. Yeah. So guys, you can sub to her channel. The link is in the original interview. Okay. And there's a link there for you to follow.
Mods, go get it. I'm busy.
Hey, you can see me tomorrow between Talk Heathen and the Atheist Experience on another premiere of the Nonprofits. You can also find me usually most days on the ACA Discord, tiny.cc/ACA Discord, where we have after shows after all the live broadcasts of all the ACA shows, and we hang out and watch movies and play games and all kinds of stuff. Talk to theists sometimes. Come join. Thanks.
Hey, I'm Overprotected Atheist. You can find me on Twitter at OP_. That thing. Underscore. There we go.
I was like, I want to underslash.
Man, that's
brain's not working tonight. You can find me on youtube.com/overprotectedatheist. I put out a video yesterday about a mission trip that I took to Utah in college to convert Mormons to Christianity.
Wow.
It was great.
Yep.
Just sounds funny.
Yes.
And that's when X from the Utah Outcasts really got that burr up his ass to make him the man he is today.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder what happened to him tonight. Oh, well. Oh, he's doing his thing. That's what he's doing.
He's got a show.
Go ahead, Dave.
Oh, hey. I am Simple Secular Dave.
Drunk on mojitos.
I live not too far from our good friend Neil and Randolph out here on the West Coast.
Nobody said good.
I'll bring beer.
I'm accepting it.
You can find me here or stopping in on several other streams when people have a need for somebody to come in and be less than completely entertaining. I'm putting together Atheist Primetime, which I ran with a few videos last year, but I'm in the middle of moving. And once I get everything sorted out, we'll start rolling with that again. And I'll see you on Twitter and I'll see you on the YouTubes.
Right on. Thanks, brother. Go ahead, Swede.
Hi, I'm Swede. You can find me at an actual, custom named YouTube channel, Irish Swede.
Congratulations.
Where I talk about things like Say's Law, which states that production creates its own aggregate demand. Anyway, you can find some videos on there about econ and stuff like that. And then you can also find me starting soon on the Bid podcast. with a new show called This Could Have Been an Email, where we talk about politics and economics and how they interplay with each other, with good old Tim Bristol, who is a poli-sci major. And then I also joined the Bin podcast as well, other times to help them out on the whole finance and econ side too. So anyway, you can find me a whole bunch of places.
Yeah, and he comes here to slack off.
Yep.
Go ahead,
here for
Nady.
the poop joke.
Hey, I'm the most newly minted host of the Secular Sexuality podcast that's done by the Atheist Community of Austin. It's Thursdays at 5:00. And Ira Swede, you're not off the hook. I still want to talk to you about this.
We can do it after show.
Yes, let's do it. Let's do it. Absolutely.
Hi, I'm Randolph Richardson. I run an organization called the Canadian Atheists. Neil is an important part of this. He's our community advocate, and he's been advocating for Canadian Atheists very well. Thank you, Neil. If you want to find out more about Canadian Atheists, you can go to our website at www.canadianatheists.ca. And on that website, what you'll discover is that one of our purposes is to see atheism become normalized in society in Canada and hopefully throughout the whole world. I have to give a special mention to the Atheist Roundtable CART, also known as TANG now. It's the Atheist Network Group, because they've been promoting the Normalize Atheism campaign very strongly, and we greatly appreciate their support, and a lot of other people have been supporting it too. You can find out more about this campaign at www.normalizeatheism.ca. And of course, Neil and I will be co-hosting the True North Talk program in the near future once I get that construction renovation work completed, and I am making some progress there today, quite a lot, because I've worked on it most of the day. And this will be an atheism call-in program where we'll be taking callers from all around the world and providing Canadian perspective, hopefully, if we play our cards right. I'll let Neil talk about the rest of the program. Thank you very much. Oh, and you can tune in. You can find out more about True North Talk at our website, www.truenorthtalk.ca. Special thanks to Mikey for reminding me to say those web page addresses slowly.
Yes. I'm Mikey Famine. You already know where to find me. See you later.
Oh, hi. I'm Neil. I have a show. Oh, wait, this is my show. Once again, thanks to my awesome guests of honor tonight, Jaded Atheist, for showing up and hanging out with us and telling her story and just being a great member of the community. And welcome, by the way. I know you're fairly recently out, so, well, not recently, but, recently new to the bigger picture, we'll say. As Randolph was mentioning, we are starting that new call-in show called True North Talk. So you can head over to the channel, which is already up. There's some funny videos of Randolph acting like an idiot with this construction. Notice I didn't say
my
me.
best.
And actually, it's we're both being idiots there. I did restoration
Neil
for a
likes
little
to
while,
help.
but construction, it's harder than it looks, people. But anyway, you can check out our channel there. We'll be airing soon. We'll be coming to you soon. Dave actually put this there so you can see what it looks like. There you go.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, that's the YouTube channel at youtube.com/True North Talk.
Yeah. I was getting to that. But thanks. Anyway, yeah. So, you can also join myself and a lot of the great hosts for the revamped and relaunched Nonprofits, which airs between Talk Heathen and the Atheist Experience at 3 p.m. Central. It's people like myself and Malty, who's here, and Mikey, who's been on. We got Jenna and Martin and Cynthia and Puck and Johnny and you name it, man. I think almost everyone in the community has been on that show at least once.
And Neil.
And that Neil got no.
I've not been on yet, but I'm not in a hurry. Yeah.
They we don't want you around. No, I'm kidding.
That explains why.
They need to slow down on putting all these people in there because I'm gonna run out of time every time I mention everybody that's been on the show. I'm kidding. They can do whatever the hell they want. Greg wouldn't listen to me anyways. Anyway, yeah. So also the last Saturday of every month, when it'll be the 29th of this month, we'll be joined by Bionic Dan's on Atheists Drinking Out Loud. It's over on the Laughing in Disbelief channel with Andy and Seamus and myself that do the show. We have a lot of fun. We went overtime last time with X was our guest last time, and we went overtime. It's so much fun. And you never know when I might come drop a note in your DM saying, "Hey, you want to come on the Laughing in Disbelief on the Atheist Drinking Out Loud show?" Because we have a lot of fun. So you never know. You might see one in your DMs at some point. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks to all my amazing patrons. You guys keep me motivated and keep the show going. You guys are awesome, and I appreciate every little bit that you do. I really do. It means a lot to me. And until next time, guys, like I always say at the end of these things, like the late, great Carl Sagan once said, right there, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.
The science is right, I tell you what.